Hello and welcome back everyone. Today's video, how to finish college with no student loans. Sounds impossible, right? It's not. Watch this little commercial. Are you strapped with student loans? Do you wish you could take it all back? Well, for 4 easy payments of $24.99, I can show you how I got my bachelor's degree with no student loans. Hey! Just kidding. This is free and the advice is worth what you pay for it. I may have stolen that from Dave Ramsey. Okay, in all seriousness though, when I was 18, just a fresh kid out of high school, I decided I'm going to go and get a degree. I had no idea in what, but like most people my age, I knew I needed to go to college to be successful, right? But I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grow up. I mean, I still have no idea what I want to be when I grow up. So, how to pay for it. Due to my parents having like 1 million kids, they weren't exactly in a financial spot to help me with college. So I started researching it on my own. I figured out that if I go to a community college first, finish out my 2 years, get my associates, and then I transfer to a 4-year college, it's going to be a lot cheaper. Luckily, because my parents had like 1 million kids, I applied for FAFSA, which is financial aid from the government, and I was able to get FAFSA, completely pay for my schooling, and have $100 left over at the end of each semester. And at that point at a community college, it was about $1,300 per semester. Something I am eternally grateful for is that my parents taught me to work hard. So while I started community college, I was also working about 40-ish hours at Jamba Juice as a manager. By the time books and everything came about, I was able to pay for it all, cash, no student loans taken out. Time out, please obliterate that like button or maybe just lightly tap it. Whatever you fancy, it really will help a small channel like mine out if you can crush that. Thank you so much, and back to our video. Okay, we're back. After about 1.5 years of college, I decided to take a break like many people do and focus on my new marriage. One thing led to another. 4 years later, I still hadn't been back to college. But at the time, my employer and my direct supervisor really wanted me to finish school. So with that motivation, I decided to go back to community college. I still didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was in business right then, so I figured I'll finish out maybe a general business associates. I ended up going back, finishing out my associate's degree at a community college. Now, how did I pay for that? Well, unfortunately, I made too much money between my wife and I to get FAFSA anymore, so I had to cash flow it. But luckily, because I made too much money, I had some extra cash to spend somewhere. At that time, we were making about $90,000 per year between my wife and I total. So we were able to just set some of that money aside and pay for college as we went. After about another year, it was like 6 semesters total between when I started and when I finished. I got my associate's degree in general business. Another nice touch is my work gave me about $2,000 per year to help pay for it. So that also contributed to how I paid for my college. So on to a 4-year school. This is where it got difficult because schooling got more expensive. I went to a 4-year in-state school, which by the way, if you're not paying attention, where I'm going to school is very important as to how much it costs and how I'm able to cash flow it. Did you notice my entire associate's degree? I went to a community college for that, and it cost me about $7,900 for about 6 semesters, part-time and full-time, at a community college. And my remaining 2 years of about 6 semesters at my 4-year school, it cost me about another $18,000. It was quite a bit more expensive per semester. So grand total between the two, about $26,000 plus a little bit more per semester for books and miscellaneous stuff. Pretty good though when you consider how much most people pay. Which if you do a quick Google search, the average cost for schooling is about $36,000. So I was under the average, but it's still expensive. But I did it a lot cheaper for sure. Now, let's recap. How do you go to school and pay for it without taking out any student loans or debt of any kind? Here's 7 quick steps of what I would have done and what I wish I would have done now that I know what I know. Step 1, get as many college courses and credits as you can while you're in high school. It's a fraction of the cost and you got to do the work anyways, so why not get it done while you're in high school. Step 2, get good grades, an SAT score, ACT score, BYOB score, whatever you can get to get better scholarships. Which leads us into step 3, apply for 10,000 scholarships, as many as you possibly can. You can't apply for enough. Step 4, apply for a local community college. Remember, college choice matters. Step 5, work full-time. Yes, you can go to school and work full-time on both. I did it and I turned out okay. Step 6, see what your employer will pay while you're at school. Mine did $2,000 a year. I mean, it was a fraction of the cost, but still it was something. Step 7, do the work, put your head down. Remember, you'll be there in no time. It's hard work, but you'll get it done. And if you don't take out the student loans, you're going to love every minute of it, and you're not going to be regretting the years that follow after people do take out student loans and have to pay them back. Now, if you already have taken out student loans and you're right in the middle of it, pay them off. Do everything you can to get them paid off. You won't regret it. You all are awesome. Thanks for sticking around. Please like and subscribe, because why not?